The Frederick couple, banned from YouTube yesterday, say they're not giving up. Mike and Heather Martin, who are on probation for child neglect over some of the video content they were producing, say they're going to appeal YouTube's decision. Meantime, the mom of 2 abused kids is speaking out. Scott Broom is with us in Frederick to talk about this. Hi, Scott.
Well, good afternoon. Of course, the outrage here is that this couple, the Martins, were continuing to produce video content showing shouting, pranking, and family conflict with the remaining kids living with them. And YouTube was continuing to host these channels even after this couple had been convicted here in Frederick for showing apparent emotional and physical child abuse in videos they made in 2016-17. Today, the video mom, Heather Martin, released a written statement saying their recent videos were merely entertaining skits and that much of the content was staged. She claims YouTube has given it to them in writing that their videos were inbounds and family-friendly contact. Now, after losing 2 kids, the Martins and their remaining 3 sons were making the new videos on channels called FamilyOFive and FamilyOFive Gaming. Those have been taken down now by YouTube as of last night. The outrage started when they were called out by fellow YouTubers, and it hit a crescendo when YouTube banned them yesterday after WUSA 9 started pressing YouTube and Google for answers. Meanwhile, I spoke today by phone with the mother of the 2 kids in the previous videos who were taken away from the Martins. It was a call monitored by her lawyer. She said she cannot believe that YouTube was letting this go on even after the convictions.
I was happy it was finally taken down. Thought it was disgusting how they kept going, making more videos of the stepchildren. I felt powerless that I couldn't get them taken down. If we're going to have a platform up and let people make videos, they should monitor them better.
All right, now Google, which operates YouTube, told us in a statement that the couple's previous strikes for violating guidelines is the reason they removed the family's channels. YouTube has not answered my specific questions on why they let the channel stand in the first place. And breaking right now, if you'll follow my Twitter feed at Scott Broom, the kids themselves in this family are operating their own channel. That channel still exists. They have just posted a new family video on that channel, and as I looked it over, it appears as though they've also posted some of the past content that got this family in trouble to start with. So this story continues to develop here in Frederick County, and I'm continuing to follow it. I'll be back with you at 6 o'clock with more. Scott Broom, WUSA 9.
We're not done with this one. Scott, thank you.